The process of burning wood or paper to create works of art is ancient, although today it's not so well known. Recently, we caught up with a Smyrna man who by day works in the high-tech world of information technology. Other times, though, he follows his creative passion to burn things. Smyrna is home to one of 4 Motlow State Community College campuses. Here, modern technology is vital to teaching and learning. Why, 25% of classrooms have a computer for each student. And increasingly, online learning is an essential component to the educational effort. That's where Terry Durham comes in. He's Dean of Motlow's Academic Technology.
If it's distance education, if it's distance learning, then my department's involved.
A busy job with important responsibilities. So what does a guy like Terry do to unwind?
When I tell you I go home and burn things, I'm not kidding. I literally go home and burn things.
Terry is a talented, dedicated, and very patient wood-burning artist. Well, today he's creating a piece by burning paper. He's burned wood for the majority of his projects.
I started out like any 12-year-old kid. I got the wood burning kit for Christmas and really fell in love with that. And then didn't revisit it again until, well, probably 2001. I do a lot of horses, I do a lot of trains. I've done a lot of mills, especially in the eastern areas of this state. And I've also done a lot of the steam tractors, or steam engines as we used to call them. My first step in the process is really to go and select that piece of wood. I've got a picture usually in mind, and then I have to go and find the piece of wood that picture is going to best fit. I usually come home and sand it, a little bit more, just to get it all the imperfections out that I can. And then I use tracing paper. Used to, I would outline the whole entire thing. And some of my first work, I called it line art because I did very little shading. The later projects, I've gone to almost all shading. So I will very lightly trace the major lines, and then the bulk of what I do is just shading from there.
Imagine the time and patience it took to burn in each and every one of the bricks in this bridge. That's why works like these attract lots of attention at craft shows, but not so many customers.
The projects that I'm doing now really don't lend themselves to craft shows because those folks are looking for a relatively inexpensive product, and mine are a little bit more time intensive. The training that you saw in my office, that took 6 months. We went to the Meriwether Lewis show down in Hohenwald, and my wife was with me, and a gentleman said, "I think you could do that with a laser." And I laughed and said, "Yes, but I don't have the $10,000 or $15,000 the laser would cost to do this, and plus that's not the reason I do it anyway."
Terry has created a line of more affordable, smaller items, like these wooden trays.
I do more and more paper. It's a little easier, definitely to come by. It's easier to frame and hang rather than the wooden pieces. This is actually on 300-pound cold pressed paper. So it's very thick. It's a real consistent surface. Somebody did ask me one time, they said, "Well, have you ever burned yourself?" Yeah, play with fire, you'll get burned. But I will say this, you'll only do it once.
So while keeping thousands of students and instructors connected and supported in the name of higher education, his other passion is the more organic process of creatively burning paper and wood. And like a true teacher, he supports any budding artist who wants to learn to burn.
I'll have folks look at at my stuff, and they'll say there's no way I could ever do that. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Actually, believe it or not, the satisfaction I get is just trying to get better.